Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear students, I am Dr. Mona Semanti from HNB Garhwal, University Srinagar Garhwal. So dear students, in continuation to our previous modules on good manufacturing practices, we have discussed in previous module about general guidelines as per good manufacturing as per the GMP Schedule M for as a general and we also discussed the specific requirements for sterile dosage form, and in this last module of GMPs we will discuss today specific requirements for other dosage forms including solid dosage forms, liquid, and for aerosols meter dose inhalers. Okay, specifically for meter dose inhalers. So dear students, I hope you have enjoyed all my previous videos, and let's quickly see that what we are going to discuss in this module. So your learning outcomes. So your learning outcomes we will discuss today: GMP specifications for solid dosage form, liquid dosage form, topical preparation, and for MDI. So the processing of basically the dry material product, it creates a lot of problem because we need to control dust control and to control the cross contamination. So special attention is therefore needed in the design and maintenance and use of premises and equipments which are used in the preparation of solid dosage forms. So what we need first? We need suitable environmental condition for the product which we are going to handle. Okay, and its maintenance and installation, specifically air conditioning wherever it is necessary. So effective air filters, air extraction system with discharge point must be situated to avoid any contamination of other products. A very special care is needed to protect the product from subsequent contamination. Okay, and especially from the wood and metal. Okay, remember, wood and metal, so both the things must be avoided. So for metal detector is recommended, and for the wooden equipments are completely prohibited and avoided in the manufacturing area. Okay, screens, sieves, punches, and dies shall be examined for any wear and tear or for any breakage. Okay, so all the ingredients and used for a dry product, they are sifted before the use unless the quality of the input material be assured. Okay, so these are few things which we should keep it in mind. Next thing is the facilities are designed to provide the special environmental conditions. Pressure differential between rooms and other conditions shall be regularly monitored, and care must be taken to guard against any material logging and remaining undetected in any processing or packaging equipment. With reference to solid dosage form, the very important thing which we come across is sifting, mixing and granulation. Okay, when we go for the tablet manufacturing, what we need to do is we need raw materials or active ingredient plus other additives. So we call it as a all raw material. Okay, so we need sifting, we need their desired particle size, then mixing and granulation, and after granulation only we do the tablet punching. Okay, so unless operated as a closed system, mixing, sifting and blending equipment shall be fitted with dust extractors. Number one. Second thing, the residues from the sieving operation shall be examined periodically for evidence of the presence of any unwanted material, right? And then next is the critical operating parameters like the time, the temperature for each mixing, blending and drying operation shall be specified in master formula record. Okay, master formula record, monitoring during processing, and it is recorded in batch record. So everything must we have in written. Okay, prior to any critical operating critical operation. The last 2 points under sifting, mixing and the equipment, regarding the equipment granulation. Okay, the filter bags fitted to build bag dryer shall not be used for the different product without being washed in between. Okay, so it avoids the cross contamination. And next is the granulation and coating solution shall be made, stored and used in a manner which minimizes the risk of contamination or any risk of microbial growth. Next important thing with reference to solid dosage form is compression. When the granulation is being done, the next step is compression. Okay, when we are talking about the solid dosage form, and especially we are talking about the tablet here. So what happens, each tablet compressing machine shall be provided with the effective dust control facilities to avoid any cross contamination, right? And next is the suitable physical, procedural and labeling arrangement shall be made to prevent mix-up of material, granules and tablets on compression machinery. Okay, accurate and calibrated weighing equipment shall be readily available and used for in-process monitoring of tablet weight variation, because there are certain evaluation parameters which we need to do in between the process of manufacturing, right? Process of manufacturing, among that weight variation, disintegration, okay, dissolution. So these are few things, friability. These parameters what we do, we check these parameters in between the manufacturing of tablet. Okay, so all these facilities must be there. Next is at the commencement of each compression run, and in case of the multiple compression points, a compression machine sufficient individual tablet shall be examined at fixed interval to ensure that the tablet from each compression station or from each compression point has been inspected for the suitable pharmacopoeial parameters like appearance, weight variation, okay, disintegration, hardness, friability, thickness. Okay, so this process continues from the when the manufacturing starts. Okay, and everything is recorded and documented. So the tablet shall be de-dusted preferably by automatic devices and shall be monitored for the presence of foreign material. Tablet shall be collected into the clean labeled container. Rejected or discarded tablet shall be isolated and identified container, and their quantity is recorded in the batch manufacturing record. The in-process control shall be employed to ensure that the product remains within the specification. So this is very important. So all the parameters which we do in between the quality control, quality assurance test, we do the disintegration, hardness, friability, thickness, weight variation. So all these should fall within the specified limits. Now coating. So when we are talking about tablet, it is very important to see the recommendations for coating. The air supplied in coating pan for drying purposes shall be filtered air and of suitable quality. Okay. Next is the coating solution and the suspension shall be made afresh and used in a manner which shall minimize the risk of microbial growth. Okay, their preparation and use shall be documented and recorded. Next is filling of hard gelatin capsule. Okay, see dear students, we have discussed the GMP guidelines in general for all manufacturing dosage form. Okay, we have discussed all these things, but the little extra precaution which is to be taken for solid dosage form, that we are discussing here. Okay, so all the general guidelines applies here for solid dosage form, yes of course, but with reference to little solid dosage form, we are discussing with the compression, with the manufacturing, with the equipment, and we have discussed coating. Now we are discussing the filling of hard gelatin capsules. So empty capsule shall be regarded as a drug component and treated accordingly. They shall be stored under the condition which should ensure their safety from the effect of excessive heat and moisture, especially when we are talking about the hard gelatin capsule and its shell. Okay, printing tablet and capsule. Special care must be taken to avoid the mix-up during any printing of tablet and capsule where the product or the different batches of the same products are printed simultaneously. Of course, yes, the care must be taken. The operation shall be adequately segregated. There should not be any kind of mix-up or any contamination. Ariable grade colors and suitable printed ink should be used for the printing. And after printing, the tablet and the capsule shall be approved by the quality control before it releases for packing. Then packaging, especially when we pack for strip and blister pack. Okay, so care must be taken when using automated tablet and capsule counting, strip and blister packaging equipment to ensure that all raw tablet, capsule or the foils from the packaging operations are removed and a new packaging operation is commenced. Uncoated tablet shall be packed on equipment designed to minimize the risk of cross contamination. The strip control, the strip coming out of the machine shall be inspected for any defect such as misprint, cut on the foil, okay, missing tablet and improper sealing. The product integrity of individual packing strip must be ensured in both strip packaging as well as in the blister packaging. Now we are moving to the next topic, which is specific requirements for manufacturing of oral liquids. Okay, in that we will discuss about syrup, elixir, emulsion and suspension. The specific requirements regarding these four oral liquids. The very first thing, the building and equipment. Okay, although we have discussed the general requirement for the premises for all pharmaceutical products, but for liquid dosage form, the premises and equipment shall be designed, constructed and maintained to suit the manufacturing of oral liquids. The layout and the design of the manufacturing area shall strive to the minimize the risk of cross contamination. So everywhere what we have to ensure is that we avoid any cross contamination and mix up. Okay, manufacturing area shall have entry through double door air lock facility. It shall be made fly proof by the use of fly catcher and or by air curtain. Drainage shall be of adequate size and have adequate trap without open channel in the design shall be just as to prevent the backflow. The production area should be clean and sanitized. Tanks, containers, pipework, pump shall be designed and installed so that they can be easily cleaned and sanitized time to time. The next is stainless steel and other appropriate material shall be used for parts of equipment coming in direct contact with the product. Okay, so because it avoids any kind of cross contamination, we should not use any other material. Arrangement for cleaning and container closure droplet shall be made with the help of suitable machine, devices, equipment with high pressure air and water steam jets. Okay, furniture shall be smooth, washable, made up of stainless steel or any other type of which is appropriate material. Okay, it should be scratch proof, washable and smooth. So all these are the general requirements for the manufacturing of liquid dosage form, including syrup, elixir, suspension and emulsion. Now, purified water, especially when manufacturing of liquid, if we are doing, what we need is purified water. So the chemical and microbial quality of purified water which we are using shall be specified and monitored routinely. Okay, we also mentioned in our previous module that when we are discussing about the purified water, it should be directly collected from the storage tank which is maintained at 70 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, the microbial evaluation shall include the testing for absence of pathogens. Okay, and shall not exceed 100 CFU per ml as per the specifications. Okay, and everything, each and every step we do, whether in the manufacturing of purified water, its storage, its direct supply, everything must be recorded and documented. Manufacturing, next is manufacturing of liquid dosage form. So manufacturing person shall wear required non-fiber shading clothing to prevent the contamination. The persons who are working in manufacturing of liquid dosage form, they should wear the material, they should wear their clothes of that material which should not shade any fiber or any kind of anything from their clothes. Material likely to shade fibers like gunny bags or the wooden pallet shall not be carried, and they should not wear and the wristwatches, jewelry, any jewelry, wristwatches, their hair must be completely covered. So all these measures are taken as to avoid any cross contamination. They should not wear their routine shoes. They should wear the rubber slippers, specially meant to wear in the manufacturing area. So all these precautions are taken for manufacturing. The primary packing area shall have air supply which is filtered through 5 micron filter, and the bulk product is when the bulk product is not immediately packed, in that condition the maximum period of storage and storage condition shall be specified in the master formula record, because we are doing each and every step as per our SOPs, as per the master formula record. Even the time which we take to carry out an operation, it is mentioned in the master follower record. So it should also be mentioned that if it is going to store for certain time after manufacturing till it goes for the packaging, so what are the specific requirements and the measures we need to check. Okay, so now moving to next, the special requirements for the manufacturing of the topical dosage form. Okay, topical dosage form like cream, ointment, paste, emulsion, lotion, solution, dusting powder. All right. Okay, so what all specific requirements we need for this semi-solid dosage form. The entrance to the area where the topical products are manufactured shall be through the suitable airlock system. So dear student, just try to correlate the things that what we are discussing here. It will be easier for you to understand. Like correlate means what? Try to correlate that this is the first point, okay, and this, it was there in the solid dosage form recommendations also, it was there for the liquid dosage form, that entry should be from to airlock system. Okay, the air to which the manufacturing area shall be fitted through at least 20 micron air filter. Number 2, entry, and number 1, entry of the person's through airlock door system. Second is filters. Okay, air filters. Third point is the area shall be fitted with the exhaust system of suitable capacity to effectively remove any vapor, fumes, smoke or floating dust particle. Okay, and next is the equipment used shall be designed and maintained to prevent the product from being accidentally contaminated. Okay, suitable cleaning equipment and the material shall be used in the process of cleaning and drying. Water used in compounding shall be purified. Okay, as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. And the powder wherever used shall be suitably sieved before used. Okay. Next is heating vehicles and a base like petroleum jelly, which is very crucial and important for the semi-solid dosage form. Okay, shall be done in a separate mixing area in a suitable stainless steel vessel using steam, gas, electricity or solar energy. A separate packing section may be provided for primary packing of products. So these are the general recommendations, general but with reference to the topical dosage form. Or remember, okay, we are not talking about the general GMP guidelines, general things specifically for topical dosage form like cream, ointment, paste, gel, etc. we have discussed. Okay, now we are moving to the next topic, which is specific requirements for manufacturer of meter dose inhaler. Okay, this also we will touch a little bit. Let's see what are the specific requirements. Okay, general requirements: the manufacturing of meter dose inhaler shall be done under the condition we shall have we should ensure the minimum microbial and particulate contamination. Okay, first thing. Second is building and civil work. Okay, what are the requirements with reference to the building and civil work? The building shall be located on the solid foundation to reduce the risk of cracking walls and floors due to the movement of equipment and machinery. Number 1. Second thing, all building surfaces shall be impervious, smooth. Okay, this statement we gives for all. Even if you remember, I also said the same thing for sterile dosage form, that impervious, smooth, non-shedding, easily cleanable, washable. Okay, so all these things, the light fitting, the drainage system regarding these are the same requirements. Next is the manufacturing area shall be segregated into the change room for the persons, container preparation area, bulk preparation area, filling area, quarantine area. Okay, these areas should be separate from each other. Secondary change room shall be provided for the operations to change from factory clothing to the special departmental clothing before entry into the manufacturing and filling area. Okay, separate area shall be provided for decartoning of component before they are air wash. The propellants used for manufacturing shall be delivered to the manufacturing area distribution system by filtering them through 2 micron filters. Now it was about the layout, the requirement of the building and civil work. Now the environment conditions. Environment conditions, all the products or the clean component are exposed, and the area shall be supplied with the filtered area of grade C. This is important because we are talking about the meter dose inhalers. Meter dose inhalers, you might have seen the meter dose inhalers, which delivers the active ingredient. Okay, the prior meter dose inhalers, once we press the actuator, a specific amount of dose is only delivered. Okay, and it is an aerosol system. Okay, so that is why care must be taken to we don't have any chance that we can take any risk of any type of contamination dealing with the meter dose inhalers. Okay. Okay, next is there shall be a difference in the room pressure in the manufacturing area and in the other supporting areas. Okay, and there shall be a written schedule for the monitoring of environmental condition, temperature, humidity. It should be monitored regularly. Next is requirements for the garments. Okay, the persons working in manufacturing and filling section shall wear the suitable single piece garment made out of non-shedding tight wave material. Okay, this is very important because the person who are working their clothes should not shed any fiber or any material, because it may contaminate the whole batch, the whole product. Okay, gloves made up of suitable material having no interaction with the propellant and the other raw material which we are using. Okay, suitable department specific persons protective equipments like footwear and the safety glasses should be used wherever we are dealing with the hazardous exits. Okay, wherever the hazard exists. Sanitization. Okay, fine. Sanitization. There shall be a written procedure for sanitization of MDI manufacturing facility. Care should be taken to handle the residue and rinses of propellants, and use of waterfall cleaning shall be restricted and controlled. Routinely used disinfectants are which are suitable for sanitizing the different area must be used, and records of each step is documented. Okay, next is equipment. Now manufacturing equipment shall be of closed system to avoid any contamination. The vessels and the supply line shall be made up of stainless steel. Suitable check weights, spray testing machines and labeling machines shall be provided in the department. All the departments shall be suitably calibrate its equipment time to time and its validation as per the master formula record. Next is manufacturing. Now manufacturing shall be as per the master formula record for the manufacturing of the meter dose inhaler. All propellant, liquid and gases shall be filtered through 2-micron filter to remove any kind of particle. Any contamination should be avoided. Okay, the valves shall be carefully handled, and after recartoning these shall be kept clean and in a closed container in a filling room. For suspensions and the bulk shall be kept stirring continuously to avoid to prevent any settling down. In process quality control shall include periodic checkup of weight of the bulk formulation filled in the container in a 2-shot filling process, liquid filling followed by a gaseous filling, and it shall be ensured that 100% check on weight is carried out. Okay, and the filled container shall be quarantined for a suitable period, which is as per master formula record by the manufacturer to detect any kind of leakage. okay, prior to testing, labeling and packaging. Okay, fine. Documentation. This is the last topic under MDI special requirements. Okay, so in addition to the routine manufacturing practices, documentation manufacturing record shall show the following additional information. Now, what are the information? Temperature, humidity and manufacturing area. Temperature and humidity in the manufacturing area. First thing, periodic filling weight of the formulation. Record of rejections during online check, weighing and record of rejection during spray testing. So this should be documented along with the each and everything which we do, right from the inventory of raw material to the final packaging and when it leaves for the distribution. All right, so everything is documented for the further record. So dear students, I hope you have enjoyed this module and these are the references. Just go through from the references. Now, quickly summarizing this topic. Dear students, today we discussed the specific requirements for solid dosage form, liquid dosage form, solid dosage form tablet we discussed, capsule, and liquid dosage form we discussed syrup, elixir, emulsion suspension. Topical dosage form also we have touched little bit. We discussed the specific requirements for semi-solids, creams, gel, paste. Okay, and we discussed about meter dose inhalers, that aerosol product. So what are the specific requirements in detail we discussed. Okay, so here I am concluding this module. I hope you have enjoyed this module, and this is the 5th module of our GMP guidelines. To the general aspects we discussed part 1 and part 2. Then we discussed about the GMP guidelines, specific guidelines for sterile dosage form. In 2 module I discussed, and this is the last part of the series of lectures on GMP, good manufacturing practices. We discussed the specific requirements of solids, semi-solids, topical as well as for meter dose inhalers. So dear students, stay tuned for more videos. Okay, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Just go through, and I believe that you will understand this module very effectively, because I have tried to narrate each and everything in point wise. It will be also easier for you to write in the examination. Just go through from this module 2-3 times and write down the points under each heading, so you will understand it better. So stay tuned for more videos, and thank you so much for watching this video.